Meow. I'm sleepy. Ah ah ah. Ah, ah, ah. So sleepy. Okay. So today we're gonna work on I guess functions, yeah. Meow. 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 Okay. You're all good. Running out of straws. 11 is, yeah, okay, we're gonna go to 11. Ah, probably after. um, 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 please don't pry into my personal life, is what I'll say. Yeah. In this lesson, we show you the most important idea in programming. Defining your own functions. Functions let your program become shorter, better organized, easier to read, easier to debug, and more reusable. In later lessons, we'll see other benefits like recursion. Defining a function. Remember the function apps? It takes one argument, a number, returns its absolute value. The way to define this in Python is def apps x. Define a function named apps with the argument named x. If x is greater than or equal to 0, return x, else return negative x. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm so broken right now. Hmm, hmm, hmm. 2 parts of a function definition. The first line in a function definition specifies the name and the arguments. Meow. Ah. You can ask. I really wanted a Mac Mini. Oh, I wanted a Mac Mini so I could play League of Legends. But I don't play League of Legends. Because League of Legends did an update. my brain hurts. Okay, let's see. How to define a function. Meow meow. What are the 2 main parts of a function? Meow meow, say. I forgot the difference between arguments and parameters again. Sugar. I forgot the difference. Let's see. Creating functions. It looks like this. Body. Wow. Lexical scope. Oops. Oh, this is what I was looking for, I think. The function definition or function declaration. Oh, the whole thing is the definition. A little bit later. Functions can take one or more comma separate arguments. Aren't they called parameters? My brain hurts a little bit. I want to clean. I want to do this. Let's see. Parameter. Arguments and parameters. Oh, sugar. The two main parts of a function. We'll call it a function definition. I will say. I want to say. The statement. Is that what it's called? I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble, I'm in trouble. They call them procedures, I think. They look slightly different. I was looking for something more. I don't know. Lem, 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 lem. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Something like. My tummy hurts. I thought the line had a name. I'm a little bit confused too. Wow. I'm confused about whether or not the argument list or formal parameters are part of the def statement. Yeah, so that's the word I was looking for while we signature. I was looking for the word signature, but I can't find it. I wasn't really looking for more detail, but yeah, I've seen it before. Oh, here. Function signatures. Hmm. Um, 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 um. The description of the formal parameters. The description of the formal parameters of a function is called a function signature. I think I'm still not really convinced. Hmm. I think I'm really not sure how functions work. It's a series of statements which return some value to a caller. Can also be past 0 or more arguments, which may be used in the execution of the body. See parameter method and the function definition section. A function definition defines a user-defined function object. Funcdef, decorators, parameterless. A function definition is an executable statement. Its execution binds the function name and the current local namespace to a function object. Oh, that's interesting. A wrapper around the executable code for the function. This function object contains a reference to the current global namespace as the global namespace to be used when the function is called. The function definition does not execute the function body. This gets executed only when the function is called. A function definition may be wrapped by one or more decorator expressions. Decorator expressions are evaluated when the function is defined. I don't know what a decorator is. In the scope that contains the function definition, the result must be a callable, which is invoked with the function object as the only argument. The return value is bound to the function name instead of the function object. Meow. Multiple decorators are applied in nested fashion. For example, the following code at F1 arg at F2 def func pass is roughly equivalent to def func pass func equals F1 arg F2 for I don't understand what the heck this is. What the heck are these? A function returning another function, usually applied as a function transformation, using the at wrapper syntax. I've never heard of decorators before. Wow, okay. Interesting. Here, let's go back. Let's pretend we didn't see that. We're just gonna act like we didn't see that. What the heck? Meow, 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 meow. I'm gonna cry. I'm going to cry. A list of type parameters may be given in square brackets between the function's name and the opening parentheses for its parameter list. This indicates to static type checkers that the function is generic. At runtime, the type parameters can be retrieved from the function's type params attribute. See generic functions for more. When one or more parameters have the form parameter equals expression, the function is said to have default parameter values. Okay, that sounds familiar. For a parameter with a default value, the corresponding argument may be emitted from a call, in which case the parameter's default value is substituted. This is way too much information at this point. I will likely come back to this later. I'll come back to the docs at a later date. This is way over the top for what I'm actually looking for. I just feel like I don't know what things are actually called, and that bothers me. Like, even looking at this function signature thing, that confuses me a little bit. Is the function signature the whole line? That's what I thought it was. I thought it was the whole line. My brain hurts. I thought the whole first line was the signature and the rest was the body. But sorry, yawning. I'm gonna read this one more time. Functions differ in the number of arguments that they are allowed to take. To track these requirements, we draw each function in a way that shows the function name and its formal parameters. Is that what that is? And the user-defined function square takes only x. Providing more or fewer arguments will result in an error. A description of the formal parameters of a function is called the function's signature. So it says a description of the parameters. So is the name not part of the signature? I hate Microsoft. I hate Alphabet. I hate big tech. I hate the microchip companies. I hate the AI companies. What else do you want me to complain about? What else do you want me to complain about? I hate the telemetry. I hate that I discovered today that now they have monitors that will spy on you. This is our future. Monitors that spy on you to track what you are doing so that we can get more ads, of course. Everything's about ads, of course. And then I hate the attack on privacy that's being called something like, oh, it's for safety. It's for safety. Oh, the Flock CEO says, oh, we must compromise between privacy and safety, man. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. It's about their money. It's about money and it's about control. It's not just advertisements. It's about propaganda. I don't understand. Whatever. I'll leave this alone. What are the? I'll call it. What are the? I'm not gonna say two. What are the main parts of a function definition? Statement, list of parameters, and a function body. We'll call it that. Oh, look at that. This is what we call compromise. Hey, Rich Law. Oh, yeah. I hate big tech, Moon says while using the biggest problem of them all, aka Apple. I disagree that Apple is the biggest problem, but I do think that Apple is a problem. Oh, we could get into it more since you guys are hell bent on distracting me this morning. Um, at first, I had a relative, we'll call him Grandpa, that was like a technology enthusiast. Grandpa collected and had a lot of old computers. Okay? And Grandpa was a Macintosh, an Apple fanboy I think before people started calling them that. Before they started calling them Apple, what is it, Mac fat. I don't think I'm allowed to say the word. Mac cigarettes or whatever. Apple fanboys. Um so I had like a brief introduction to like knowing that ecosystem existed, but um my own family was more on the like we say the Windows side, the Windows Android side, and that's fine. But when I was in college and I wanted to go to medical school to be a doctor. Actually, when I was a teenager, I had like I would call it like three main dreams. Dream number one was to become a psychiatrist. Dream number specifically a child and adolescent psychiatrist. Dream number two was to become an author and illustrator. And dream number three was to be an app developer. I wanted to create my own apps. So, yeah, call it a bubble or whatever. I think there came a time when I was studying, and I thought I was pre-med, whatever. And I don't know, like, I just feel like here's probably the connection. So, what do you think about when you think about Apple? Expensive hardware. There's probably some correlation because like people often tend to become what they're exposed to. A lot of times what their family did. This goes way back in history, by the way, right? Where families would have a trade or something. And then, you have like the blacks who were like blacksmiths. And then I don't know what else the other ones are, but whatever, stuff like that. So I feel like being surrounded in this like, yeah, this medicine ecosystem, it felt like everybody was a Mac fag. And I must have said the word a fag, but I didn't mean it like that. But that's what they called them. Anyway, after going through several Windows uh computers and having issues with like viruses and um um you know Windows, like Microsoft and Windows getting like worse and worse and worse, like just being clunky. One thing I always heard was that, with Macs, you give up some control to have a system that works and is really smooth. And I became more and more attracted to that idea. I didn't really believe it. I didn't have full buy-in, until I actually tried the iPhone. I had like Android phones, and then I finally got an iPhone, and then I was like, oh my god, I don't know, something. The other thing is like I have a little bit of this OCD kind of thing. Not totally, but um I would say that compared to the Windows and Android experience, I felt like using iPhone, like iOS, felt delightful. At every step, it felt not. I don't think it's just true anymore. By the way, I'm saying maybe like several years ago. I felt like there was so much care put into things, making it, what is it called? Like making things beautiful. Like they have their kind of standards, and they cared a lot about user interfaces and user experience. A lot. They put a lot of, it wasn't an afterthought. With Windows, I always felt like the user was the afterthought. The user's delight and enjoyment was the afterthought. The beginning thought for Windows seemed to be about like some function, right? It's not about the aesthetics. It's not about how good it feels. It's just like, oh, can it do, for example, like Excel, right? We have Microsoft Excel. A lot of people will tell you that Excel is useful. It's incredibly useful with many functions, and there's a lot of depth so that there could be power users, right? But I'm pretty sure even those power users, I don't think I know a single person who would say that Microsoft Excel is beautiful. Like, okay, maybe some real nerds might say it is, but I think even for the power users, they can feel like that it's clunky, or at times it's like weird or unexpected or hacky. It doesn't feel like smooth. Now, I haven't used it in years. Maybe it's better. I heard that, they added Copilot to it, then they took Copilot out of it. I have no idea. I don't use Excel anymore. And by the way, I do think Excel is really amazing for the amount of things you can do with it. In term, I do think they need competition. I think there needs to be an open version of Excel that has the same like depth of capability. Current version is a mess, very simple to the point spreadsheet is beautiful in its simplicity. I don't think Excel is simple. I think but yes, I think spreadsheet technology should absolutely be simple, and I think spreadsheet technology can be beautiful. This is actually one thing that I don't even think Mac gets right, to be honest. I'm still on the lookout for better spreadsheet software. But I'm getting off topic a little bit. The ecosystem is good. The problem is that it's shit on purpose if you try to operate with non-Apple products. I do agree with that, El Cholo. I just think that the Mac ecosystem is, it tries really hard to keep you trapped, which is terrible. It's terrible, honestly, for a lot of reasons. Um, I think it is terrible. One of the other interesting things too, though, is compared to just this like coercion, though. I'm saying a lot of words. Compared to like feeling forced or coerced, I would say that I entered the Apple ecosystem of my own will. I felt like I felt like things worked, and they worked well together. At first, I thought it was amazing. Over the years, it's gotten worse, and I begun to see the cracks. For example, the first time I ever tried using what is it? Apple Air, what is it called? Mm, not. Oh, is it like the drop, AirDrop or whatever? where I could like, oh, I could have a file on my, on my phone and drop it to my computer or drop it to my tablet or whatever. I thought that was wonderful how they work together. Also, yeah, I used to just, again, I felt delighted with the experience on each piece of software. But over time, over time, as they've gotten updates, I've really felt that the quality of the Mac user experience has cratered. I don't think whoever is running this company cares about the same things they used to care about anymore. And now I find like, yeah, I find a lot of things to be, buggy or hacky or less intuitive. So, that said, I am streaming on a Linux right now. I want to eventually move to probably, yeah, all Linux or all Linux and BSD. But the other thing I was going to talk about is hardware. So the Mac, so Macs or hardware across the board has increased in price. Mac Minis included, I'm pretty sure, have gone up in price. But you cannot deny there was a time where the basic Mac Mini was like the best, what do you call it? The best value for compute. There was like a brief period of time. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? And that's probably why now it's hard to, it might be, I don't know actually. There was a little while where it was hard to get them. Can we not have AI integration forced into the app? I will use the one of my LML of my choice if I need it. I don't need my app screen real estate to be divided. Yeah, so they're trying to force it to be used and force it to be made useful. It's like a whole thing. Whatever. It's shitification. Whatever. Whatever and shitification. But yeah, that's my spiel about how I ended up on Mac and why I'm on Mac right now. But I do dream of like one day running Linux on this Mac Mini. Because the memory crisis or before that? It was before memory. It was mostly, there was a period of time where like I'm specifically talking about the M chip technology. The M chip technology just seemed like the most compute you could get for the price point. So for example, there's a period of time where it felt like every tech nerd was buying up a bunch of Mac Minis and treating each one as like, what do you call it? Like little servers, making their own, you know, like server farm kind of thing. Just using another Mac Mini and then another Mac Mini and then another Mac Mini. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Not really working on anything. Why not download a virtual box for Linux? What do you mean? I've done that before. I've done that before on this channel. I think I deleted the VOD now. I did an Arch install in a virtual machine. So the reason I want to get away from Mac eventually is because all of these companies do a lot of telemetry and they just do weird stuff. It's not just the phoning home and telemetry. It they make you feel like you don't own your computer. On Linux, there might be like hundreds or over 1,000 packages in like a base Linux build that I'm using because I'm using Linux Mint at the moment. But nothing about the Linux experience makes me feel like it's not my choice. I always feel like, if something gets installed by default, I could always just take it off and put something else there. Now, sometimes I end up uninstalling things that turn out to be necessary for function. For example, like uninstalling Cinnamon, like uninstalling my desktop environment by accident. But I like that freedom because it feels like I own it. And then on the Mac, I feel the complete opposite. I feel like there's a lot of times where things just start popping up on Mac and working on Mac that I never asked for, that I never gave the okay to, but I guess by, there's TOS, by using their systems, they say it's okay. How do how deeply you care about that? Even the hardware it's running on might be spying on you. I care deeply about it while kick fake. So for example, on I do agree that there's like it's getting harder and harder to avoid this whole telemetry stuff. FBI manufactures those hardware. Hmm. What do you mean? Are you talking about Apple hardware or all like so like there's a whole world, right? There's like a whole world. So I know they're trying to change the laws, right? I know there was like they were trying to ban purchase of routers that are like foreign made, and they're like, "Oh, it's about security. It's about security." We know it's not just about security. It's about government backdoors. It's true that the government wants to control and have a backdoor into all the hardware. But whether or not they currently have it for everything, I don't really know. Honestly, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I care about it a bit, is what I'm trying to say. There's this program called Little Snitch that I really like. I don't use it on this. I don't use it on the Mac Mini though, because I don't feel like buying it again. But what I like about it is even if I don't feel like first of all, I don't feel like I understand everything. I don't feel like I understand everything at all. But it shows me very clearly, okay, who is who is phoning home and what is connecting to my computer. Sometimes this program gets very overwhelming to use, by the way. So this program gets really overwhelming. But I liked having the functionality. Well, recently, like this year, there's something called what is it? Mac OS Gatekeep, I think is what it is. They Gatekeeper, yeah. Gatekeeper, a security feature of macOS operating system. They've made some updates to the macOS Gatekeeper that breaks functionality of a lot of apps. For example, my little snitch. So I keep getting this warning that says like, "Oh, in the future, one of your programs is not gonna be able to run." It says it in other words or whatever. The same thing with LibreWolf. I kept getting these messages like, oh, like for example, Homebrew got rid of, I'm pretty sure Homebrew, what is it called? They got rid of the cask or something for LibreWolf. Temple OS is not for mortals. I read a little bit about it. Maybe it's best to run Temple OS and not have network access. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I I no longer like expect privacy, but like it doesn't mean I don't care for it. It doesn't mean I don't hope for it. It doesn't mean I don't try to do what I can to have some. So it may be impossible to hide from three-letter agencies, right? But like in this image, it's not just three-letter agencies that are stalking you all the time. Pretty much every app, every website, everything you do is trying to stalk you. And what I was trying to say is that I feel like on Linux you have more ability to like control that, or at least even get to notice it, so you could filter. Don't break the user space. I don't know what that means. We don't get to see Miss Moon anymore. No, it's okay, wall kick. So another thing I do believe in though is like having different machines and different devices for different things. And recently I actually unearthed I unearthed from the recesses under my bed an old laptop that I forgot existed, and I'm actually really excited because I think I'm gonna do a fresh install of something on there. Maybe OpenBSD because I want to try it. But I have to see if there's any valuable data on it first, and then I'll do that. Oh, I got sufficiently distracted. Let's close these tabs. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Name, argument, argument list. It's possible to have 0 arguments. The arguments are the inputs to the function. Everything after the first line is the body. The body is an indented block of code. Whenever the function is called, the body is executed. Finally, when we reach this line, in the function body return value, the function stops running and returns value as output. That is, the return value is the output of the function. Meow, meow, meow. The body may contain several return statements, but only the first one executed has an effect since the function stops executing afterwards. Okay. Why not free BSD? Honestly, I just don't know the difference. That's why I keep saying BSD open or whatever. I don't really know. I have to do more research. I think I did want to try free BSD. Which was the one that made its anti-LLM stats? I don't remember. FreeBSD adopted no AI policy. Was it NetBSD? Maybe it was NetBSD. I don't really know the difference. Avoid the AI apocalypse and spying by switching to Linux for free. It's really funny. Okay, so there's free, and then there's net, and isn't there one called open? I don't know anything about it. I have to do more research. I gotta do more research. Anyway, I don't even know what I would put on there, but I just think it's good to play with different things. Meow 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 meow. Like, one thing I do feel like I'm missing when I am on Linux compared to, or anything else that's not Mac, definitely is something about the delight of the experience. Like, I don't know, I feel like they put some thoughts into the way things run and move that makes Mac OS feel smoother than other OSs. But I don't know if it's all like that or I just haven't been lucky enough to find another one that cares about that kind of thing. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Can't wait till the file system guys are dead and people try to vibe code their work. Computers are gonna become way worse after that. No, no, no. Maybe they'd live forever. Maybe they'd live forever. Meow, meow, meow. Square X. Return. I'm a little bit confused. Why does this keep happening, by the way? I do have smart indent on. Oh, okay, I know why. It's because sorry, I forgot. I forgot that I'm in a markdown file. It feels so weird. Let's open Scratch. What I should be doing is I should be writing my programs in Python file and then moving them over to the notes file, but whatever, sometimes I'm lazy. Let's do this. Why don't we? Return x times x. Print square 10. Print square of square 2. Ah, 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 ah. 116. Does that make sense? 10 times 10 is 100. 2 times 2 is 4, but 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Meow, meow, meow. So we'll just steal this whole thing. We'll put it back in here as an example. Also, we'll write, what is the expected output for the following code snippets? And then we'll say the expected output for the first print is 100, and this expected output for the second print is 16. And we could look at the steps. Oh, today is such a wash. Today is such a wash. Okay, so first we have nothing. Then in the definition, square, the function, wait. Square enters the global frame, and it is an oh yes, I forgot functions are objects. I forgot functions are objects. I forgot that. Okay. And then the square. But inside of the local square, then we have x, and x is 10. And then it executes the function body and gives a return value. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. I'm a little bit curious about why doesn't print enter the frame? Or just print actually enter the frame, but they skip it. I don't really get it. Outputs. Yeah, I don't get it, the consultant. Square, x is 2. It runs, and then do it again. Square, 4. We see that the function name is square. There's just one argument. The visualizer shows separate chunk of working space of frame is allocated each time the function is called. Once the function returns, that working space is no longer needed and is erased. Here are the steps explained in words. When the first command is executed, Python must evaluate square 10. Python compares the list of inputs 10 to the argument list x. So it executes the function body return x times x while remembering that x equals 10. Thus, x times x yields 100, which is printed. When the second command is executed, Python must evaluate square of square 2. The inner part, square 2, is evaluated first. We temporarily set x equal to 2 and run the function body, which returns 4. Then the outer expression is evaluated. Since square 2 gave 4, we're now calling square 4, which returns 16. 4 common mistakes. One common mistake you can make in defining a function is to forget the return statement. Def square x, x times x, print square. So what do we think is going to happen? I think it's going to print none, right? Or something? Yeah, it prints none. Maybe. Does it? Maybe we could try it too. Let's see. We call this Python. We call this mistake number 1. Mistake 1. Lem. And then we say that we expect it to return none. Let's see. Take this. And then I wanna put this in meow. Yeah, that prints none. Uh-oh. As you can see, if no return statement is encountered in the body, the function gives none by default. So if you're failing some exercise because the function is returning none, the problem is often that some function inputs are not causing a return statement to be executed. You may also intentionally omit a return statement. This only makes sense if your function has some side effect other than its return value. For example, printing some output. Def repeated print string repetitions. For I in range 0 to repetitions, print string. No return in this function. It just prints some string a number of times. Right? We could meow. Oh. What time is it? answers a frame, they skip it because it's a C function. Ah, C functions don't enter the Python stack. I don't know anything about the stacks yet, really. Stacks and heaps or whatever yet, really. I look forward to learning that, though. Oops. I keep typing the wrong thing. I keep typing the wrong thing. Ha 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 ha. Repeated. Meow. We'll have a string. And we'll have repetitions. Actually, I don't want to do a string. Can I just do meows and then repetitions? Repetitions. But if I put meows, then I don't need meows. Let me think about this. Repetition for I in range 0. How do you spell repetitions? I spelled it wrong. Oh my god. I'm becoming brain rotted. I'm so brain rotted. Print. Wait. How do I want to do this? I guess we could just do like meow times repetitions or something. Does this work? Oh wait, we need to call it. Repeated meow 10 11. Oh wait, this is gonna be a lot more meow. This is gonna be 11 lines. We can't do that many. Wait. Make it like 2. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. I think it's gonna be like, right? So for 0, it's gonna be meow meow. And then for 1, it's gonna be another line of meow meow. Oh wait, it's not even gonna be that. It's gonna be put a space. Actually, no, we don't need a space. Meow meow. Let me think. Meow meow. Oh, do we need a space? Do we need a space? Ah! For 0, for 1. Just. But then no degree space at the end. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever. Sugar. Let's see. Meow, meow, meow. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's an extra space at the end there. Meow to the end too. Meow. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Sorry guys, I'm really cooked today. So I'm sleepy. I didn't get enough sleep. Yeah, I don't do anymore. I am unfortunately for you guys done. I'm done. We're gonna save this though. And we're gonna practice the thing. We go back one and we go something like copy recursively from here into projects, learn, notes, Waterloo. I don't really know. I think this is fine. And then we're gonna go in there. Oops, we're gonna go into projects, learn, and we're gonna see the status. Okay. We added two things. We added something to the notes in 10, and we added the template, and we're gonna add it. Or maybe we add separately. Git add. Can I just put notes? That doesn't work. Notes, Waterloo, notes, template, git commit, say, I don't know. Um, 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 feet, maybe? Add simple notes template. That's what it does. Then we add the other one. Get add notes. Waterloo. 10. Oops, 10. Get commit something like feet. Get it? Feet? Manning and Morzan. What are we gonna call this? Something like, I don't know. Let's see, what do we call it? I don't have any consistency with my. I don't have consistency with my what do you call it? Commits. I just do whatever. What the heck? I called this one add notes for 07A. Add examples. Add 09 notes. And we just call it add 10 notes. But that looks like the number 10. Can I put a forward slash in there? Did that act as a, do I have to? Oh wait, no, it's not an escape character. That's a backward slash. What if I do that? Is that more clear? Whatever, I'm pushing it. Consistency comes with time. You're trying to learn. Gotta override the urge to do each the same. Yeah, I don't know. Some notes are worrisome. Like which ones? Tell me. Surprises next time convert to C sharp. Not gonna happen. There's this one. Oh wow. 52 additions and 1 changed files. Oh wow, look at the work. How do I see it from here? How do I go to the actual? Can I click this? View file. Oh wow. Yeah, this is what we worked on today, which isn't much. Commit note, meow meow, I have stinky feet. Is that, did I really write that? I think I wrote something. I think it's really funny though to read the old ones. Oh, I get it, because I said the feet joke. Blah, blah, blah. Haha, I meant to add these files. Function and method exercises. Renaming files. Then I started doing the cancer thing. I started putting emojis in my commit messages. Hot take. I think that I do actually like emojis in commit messages, but I also think it's kind of cancer. I think it, oh, meow question mark. What happened in here? Let's see. I don't remember. Huh, interesting. Interesting. I was working on loops and iterating, I guess. Textbook solutions. I don't even remember doing this. That's cool. I don't remember this at all. Let's see. Remove Def2 roles. I don't remember any of this. Meow, meow, meow. What happens if I press view file on a file that might not be there anymore? Oh, this here. Import random. While keep going. I don't remember this. Anyway, we'll come back to this in the future. I let you guys go today. I let you go early. Hope you have a lovely day. Open the visual code and save your life. Emojis are for strong emotions. Doesn't work versus like I think I'm gonna start putting emojis in my commits. Why not? Like the only person looking at them is me, so does it even matter? Actually, no. There's one other person looking, and there's three people who have started. So I definitely started. Am I? Wait, do you watch your own repos by default? I don't know how this works. Have a good day. My kiddies. Yeah, this is kind of a bad VOD, but you know, some days we have good days, other days we have less good days. Maybe tomorrow's better. Water Fox is like Firefox, but better. I think Wolf is even better than Water Fox, but it doesn't play nice with macOS, so I don't use it as often. I haven't figured out how to make it play nicely. I'm pretty sure Waterfox has one main developer. It's pretty good. I don't really show things, but I like it. Okay,